Hi. Today in our living lab, we are going to discuss about customer stories, how we can collect customer stories, and how we have to evaluate and how we have to analyze customer stories. You may be familiar with a lot of customer stories, maybe from Instagram, maybe from TikTok or some other social media. Nowadays, customer stories emerge as a prominent method for ethnographic studies. So in this method, the brands or the moderator collect positives and negatives and different scenes of the stories from customers. Actually, storytelling, what's that? Any customer or all customers have their own stories on products or brands. They will share it according to their words, emotions, and opinions. How we can compare between two stories? It's really a challenging question because each story is unique. Some people say that we have to share the opinion. Some people say that we have to share the scenes, emotions, or all together. Okay, different analysts are approaching stories in different methods. Today, I will explain how we are approaching to this challenge, how we are analyzing stories, or how we are collecting the stories during primary research.
The strategies we are adopting to collect and analyze customer stories are three-stage process as seen in the screen. The first step is collect, useful for the primary research, that is we are directly collecting the stories from the participant during the ethnographic studies. And in this method, the guidelines or moderator is trained to use these three-step process, that is collector, enumerator and evaluator. I will explain in detail what it is. It, it's a long process because normally one primary research storytelling may be for 30 or 45 minutes. So it's a long process. So today I'm going to explain only the collector side. So this is a collector we are using in our studies. That I'm not saying that it's all studies, in some of the studies. This collector is designed for customer stories, for purchase journey. How a customer purchase a product. When they explain the entire journey as a story, this collector we are using to collect the information from the customer. The first thing I want to explain to you, or first thing I want to prompt you, is you have to use a model. Model means it's a theoretical or empirical model you have to use for collecting the stories. Otherwise, what will happen? Each story is unique, as I said earlier. So it will develop in different directions, maybe the dark scenes, maybe the happy scenes, or maybe a long story, a short story, lot of emotions, lot of opinions. It will develop in its own path. While comparing between these stories, it's very difficult to standardize or very difficult to get the right opinion from the respondent from these stories. Anyway, storytelling is just a method. We have to analyze the stories to get the required output for our business challenges. Here we are using Lavage and Steiner model. There are other models also available. You can use innovation adoption model or preference models, or there are different models available. We learn these models in our MBA classes. For the purchase journey of a customer, the most prominent and most reliable method is Lavage and Steiner model, available in net. Anybody can refer that. Here there are different stages in the purchase journey, that is awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, purchase. So in this collector we divide into these stages, and this is today. And as you know, all the stories or all the purchase journeys or all the changes starts from a need or opportunity or a solution to a problem. That is, when a customer wants a new product or he changes something, it may be against a problem. That is, he finding a solution to a problem he is facing. Otherwise, he feel that we have to upgrade that environment by using this. That's called opportunity. So you have to collect these information, that is need or problem, then awareness, then knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, purchase, etc. So we have to collect information to these stages from customers. One important thing we have to notice during the collection time is do not prompt the customer who is telling the stories. or do not prompt him with your questions. It will deviate his own expressions or his own story to your own thoughts and your own path. Don't do that. Let them explain the scenario, entire scenario, using that story. So your duty at this stage is just collect the information. That's all. So when they start, it may be a long story, it may be a short story. Be patient and hear what it is, and you have to collect the information like need or problem, or what's awareness, from where he got the awareness, how he gained the knowledge about the product, whether he likes the product or how he prefer that product, and convictions, and then how he purchase and what's the stage today. And in duration, you have to collect or you have to judge what's the duration for each stage. This is the format of the collector we are using in our studies. I will explain this again with one of the recent studies we have done in medical sector. We analyze the purchase journey of glucose meter. We conduct this research with 150 respondents, that is, we got 150 stories from 10 different countries. So the question was, can you narrate your purchase journey for glucose meter? We put this question in front of the diabetes patient. Explain how you have to say stories, when do you purchase, and how do you select, or you can explain it in your own words with your emotions and opinions, etc. This is just an introduction we given to the customer. So during they explain the process of purchase, we collect this information to our collector. What we collect first, when they purchase, maybe 1 month back, or what was the problem he faced, not able to go to lab daily. That's a problem he has to address. He is not ready to go to lab every day. So from where he got the awareness about these glucose meters, from doctor said that, okay, there is a product available like glucose meter, you can purchase that and you can use it. And when it was, it's around 1 year back. So you can see that, okay, awareness starts 1 year back from doctor. Then at that time itself, he inquired about that product, gaining knowledge, but he doubts the accuracy. Others say that this is not accurate. So he doubts the accuracy. Then just 1 month back, he preferred some product. He preferred one glucose meter because he can do it at home, but still doubt the accuracy, and from pharmacy he purchased. This is just some example or some narrations I got from that story, because the story is for 30 to 45 minutes, as I explained. So just showing how this collector works, I am explaining it some points here. What's the status now? He is checking his glucose levels daily, but he is also checking it in lab once in a month because he still doubts the accuracy. These are some information that moderator collected from the storyteller, that is from the respondent. So you can see how this collector works in storytelling process. And each story, that is, I already said that we collected it from 150 respondents. Each story is collected the same format. So the next stage is enumeration. So I will come back with that process on next week.